Hello. Happy Saturday. It's my Friday. I cannot wait to show you guys later that oregano plant that I bought is like, I've been taking such good care of it, like sprinkling water over it every day. It's like starting to sprout. I'm so excited about it. It was really weird. Okay, so like I've said, and people think I'm joking about this, I am so not technological. So I was listening to The Cure, Just Like Heaven, which is one of my favorite songs from high school. And so I was like, I hit the little three things at the bottom of it, and it said, put on a playlist. So I was just like, I don't even know how to create a playlist. Okay, I've had an iPhone for like 10 years now. And so I was like, I taught myself how to create a playlist. I'm so proud of myself. And I called it High School. And so now and this New Order song came on. So I'm putting like all these songs from high school. But I was driving around and I was like, oh my God, I haven't talked to my friend Jenny in forever. And so my friend Jenny from high school. And so I called Jenny up and we were talking about just life and all. She's like asking me about my YouTube stuff. She's like, yeah, I can't keep up with it. She's like, it's too much. I was like, I know it's a lot, but I love doing it. And she's like, it's just she's like, I just, she's like, I love the vlogs. So anyway, we're talking about that. And then, she's a teacher, so we both read young adult, and so I was asking her what she was reading. And she's reading Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I was like, that's not a young adult book, Jenny. She loves Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, like the series. She loves it, and I hate it. I hated it. And so I was like, oh, Jenny, that book was so bad. And she was like, oh my God, it was so good. I miss having conversations about books like that with people, because nobody that I know reads the kind of books that I read, except for Jenny, and I hadn't talked to her forever. So we're gonna get together. We were talking about that. It was interesting where our conversation like quickly turned. We were talking about, I was like, can you believe we're like in our 40s? Like, and when I talk to her, it very much feels like it was just yesterday was high school and it's Friday afternoon. So I was like, can you believe we're in our 40s? And she's like, I know, it's kind of crazy. She's like, I find myself comparing myself to like where my parents were at my age and that they had this house and took these kind of trips. I said, baby, I said, you cannot do that. I said, trust me. I said, I did that for too long. I said, my journey is different than my parents. I said, my dad at my age had a private practice and had gone to medical school. That's not my journey. That was his journey. That's not my journey, She was like, yeah, I guess you're right. She's like, but other people that are our age. And I said, you can't do that, Jenny. You cannot compare yourself. I'm getting ready to go into Half Price Books because I won a little money at the casino last night. So I'm like, people think I'm lying. They think that I don't spend my money on books, but I do. I love books. And I would take my camera in here. But I don't know that people would like that. Do you think I'd get in trouble for that? What would I do though? Like show books and go Reddit. Bye. So this is my problem with bookstores. I went into Half Price Books. I'm like reading 4 books right now, or 5 books at the same time and listening to an audiobook. And there were literally about 15 books in there I wanted to read. There was a new Jennifer Smith book that I wanted to read. There's some brand new book about a homicide detective that can speak to the dead that I wanted to read. Who else was there that I wanted to read? Paula Hawkins, who wrote The Girl on the Train. I've already got her audiobook. I ended up buying this, which is so strange because this is not the type of book that I would buy in a bookstore. But I love Lily Superwoman. You guys watch her channel. And so I bought this because How to Boss. And I was like looking through it, and it actually like has a lot of like, so it's how to exude confidence, hustle relentlessly, reaches goals, gets hurt efficiently, and smiles genuinely because he or she has fought through it all and made it on the other side. And I was like reading the things in here, and it was like, letting go of FOMO, fear of missing out. Temptation will try to steer you away from your goals. Be nice to people. And I was like reading through these things, and I was like, a lot of what she believes in, it aligns with what I believe in. Like there's these big quotes in here. And it says, you'll never truly know if you can accomplish something or be great at something if you don't commit. I'll try to remember to link this below. Humans have a tendency to overcomplicate simple things because we overthink them. But if you have to take a step back and remember your priorities, it becomes easier to make a decision. I literally could have probably spent $200 in half-price books today. And the other thing that makes me really angry, this book was $20.80, first of all, which I think is ridiculous for a book. But, especially half-price books. It was brand new. What I hate is that Half Price Books puts their sticker over this. And if you have Goodreads, you can scan the barcode and add it to your want to read list. So then when you go back to the bookstore or you're on Audible or whatever, or you're talking about books, you know which books you wanted to read. Because I'm always like, now what was that book called that I wanted to read? And honestly, for half-price books, it's kind of an idiot move. They really should put it over here, but I think they're afraid that they'll scan this and it'll scan up as the wrong... I don't know. But it's really a stupid move, because if you did that and they worked with Goodreads, because so many booktubers and so many lovers of books that use Goodreads scan books and put it in their thing. So it's just frustrating to me, because then when I come back, I never remember. And Goodreads, or Half Price Books, actually moves their books around rather quickly. So like if you go in there 1 week, I think books come out on Tuesdays like DVDs do. If you go in there on 1 week, the following week, their brand new book section is completely different. So, but I love Half Price Books. I love Barnes & Noble too, but my God, I mean, their books are so expensive. Like on a young adult novel that I can read in like 2 days, which of course I'll love, I have a really hard time paying $20 for. Like, I just can't do it. Unless it's something that I really, really want to read. But typically what I do then is, like, if I really loved it, because I don't care so much, there's a lot of people that really like to just have books. But like, if I really don't care so much about having the book, what I'll typically do is buy it and then give it to somebody as a gift. Because I want somebody else to enjoy the story that I loved reading, if that makes sense. Because I do think, even especially as an author, that it's important to, you know, like, my hair is like so thick today. I think it's important to, you know, contribute to authors and artists and help them out by buying their work, you know? I really believe that with local artists. Alex and I buy a lot of local artwork. We go to art fairs and things like that. Because if you've seen my house, I love artwork. And, you know, I think $30 to buy a print, if you have some extra money, you go to an art fair to help an artist out, I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, $30 for a print that you're going to have for the rest of your life in your house, I think is really pretty good, actually. Now, if I had a lot of money, I don't know who that guy is. I can't think of his last name. Peter Litt or something like that. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? And he does those photographs of the world that are like absolutely gorgeous. We went into his studio. He has a studio in Las Vegas, and is it not Peter Litt? What is his name? Something like that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I knew somebody that had 3 of his photographs in their house, and they were literally like 20 feet by like 3 feet, and they had like a light on it and everything. So when you walked in, it was like a waterfall. When you walked in, it literally looked like they had a waterfall in their house. It was gorgeous. And I love those. But I mean, those are like 20 grand. So guess what? I'll never own one. The new Jennifer Smith book that was out, I can't remember what her first one was. She's a young adult author, but it was about this girl that has a crush on this guy, and so for his 18th birthday, she buys him a lottery ticket, okay? And he wins $140 million in the lottery. And it's like their relationship. I thought, oh my God, this is so cute. I want to read this book. $20. When I'm already reading 5 books and I have 9 million books. Everybody is talking right now about the new book in the trilogy, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have the first 2 books and I've never read them. So I have to get this. I have to read those 2 so I can get to the 3rd one. I know I make it sound like a chore, but I love it. I love getting into a new book and like not being able to put it down. And I started the Marissa Meyer Lunar Chronicles, which is like Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Winter. Is that how it goes? But anyway, oh my God, fantastic. Although everybody tells me they hated Scarlet, and I'm only on the 2nd one, so I guess we'll find out. Who knows? Anyway, so I'm going to read a lot this weekend. I'm excited about it. It's PP and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. It's PP and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. Don't worry about us. Alex said it's pouring down rain in Miami, but it's supposed to be 80 and sunny tomorrow. Need just texted me that not too long ago, so. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you in a little while. So I'm back home, and I wanted to show you. If you guys watch my You Now live streams, they sent me a bunch of stickers from You Now. These are the ones I kept. They actually sent me like 100 of them. I don't know that I need 100 stickers. But anyway, because I had my 50th live stream, guess what they sent me? I was so excited. A You Now sweatshirt. Because I love sweatshirts. So I'm so excited about that. So go follow me on You Now and watch all my live streams. But I wanted to show you this. Here, we'll bring this over here. Are you ready? Okay, so you can't really see it. But this is DJ, my oregano plant. Okay, now I planted the seeds and I have, well, here, keep it a secret for a second. I have used this one, you see? So it's like a hose inside my house, and I sprinkle it. Are you ready? Look. Can you even see it? Look at those. Do you see little oreganos coming up? Oh my god, I'm so excited. I was so excited when I saw that. I was like, oh, I think it's just enough right now. It doesn't need to be. Whoever told me to put these in the freezer so I can get the oil out, genius. Let me just tell you, you are a genius. I put them in the, if you guys have those candle things, if you can't get it out, you put it in the freezer for 5 minutes, it literally comes right out. I love when you guys teach me little tricks like that. I so listen to it. And I wanted to say this. A couple days ago, I asked on here something about, like, what do you guys like to see on my channels? What's your recommendations? You know, and I will tell you, whenever I ask a question like that, it's really difficult to read the comments for this one reason, okay? Is that there's so many differing views. People are like, I love the drama videos. Other people are like, I hate the drama videos. Some people are like, I love the magazine videos. But what it did make me think was, it really gave me a perspective of what you guys like and what you don't like. There were some consistencies with it. So I just want to thank you for that. You know, I don't make videos to be an arrogant asshole and say, well, I'm going to do what I want to do and screw you and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm going to make the videos I want to make with the ideas that I have, but I make videos because I want you guys to enjoy them, right? So, like, if nobody's enjoying my videos or they think they're stupid, and I'm going to randomly get, you know, comments where people are going to be like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard or seen. That's okay, you know? But, like, if I get comments that people like them, then I feel like I'm doing something right. So, I have greatly taken into consideration all the comments, and will probably be adjusting some things on my channel so that I hope people are happier with the content and doing some things more consistently. Like, a lot of people have said they miss the magazine videos, and I actually just did a magazine video earlier in the week. I love doing the magazine videos, you guys. The problem was I thought for a while that people didn't. So when I stopped doing them and then people were like, I missed the magazine videos, that was kind of like a temperature gauge for me on people liking them. So I love doing the magazine videos, so I'll do more of them. You know, the other thing I wanted to say is this, on my main channel, is that, like, I'm getting ready to do that magazine video, by the way. I wanted to say, like, because I do so many different things, and I really consider my channel a variety channel, and I know that comes across to a lot of people as I don't know who I am, but I just really like to make videos like that. I wake up that morning and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't do drama videos unless I'm kind of interested in the drama, honestly. Like, if like, a lot of people wanted me to do a drama video about Jeffree Star and Too Faced makeup, I don't care. Like, I don't know enough about it to care. So I have to, and it has to be funny for me, if that makes sense. Like, if you go back and you watch my original videos, what's funny about it is that, like, I knew nothing about the drama, so it was hilarious for me to watch because I didn't know anything about it. And, but I want you guys to enjoy the content. So thank you so much for your comments. It meant the world to me. That you guys, many of you, took some time out to give me some constructive criticism. Like I've said from the beginning, I just think that in life we have to remain teachable. Some of you even reached out to me through email, on Twitter, and Snapchat and said, this is what I think you should do, or these are the things that I miss that you used to do. And it meant the world to me, so thank you. I think when people stop watching channels, a lot of times it's because people get rather full of themselves, and I don't ever want to be that, you know? As I dust off my toaster. I will forever be just a dude with a camera. I mean, like, that's truly how I see myself. And if people laugh and they like it, I love that, you know? Now, listen, I have a bone to pick, okay? My husband went and bought all these treats, which was very nice of him, for the dogs. He got these skinny begging strips because he thinks that our dogs are fat, which they're not. Boo Radley, definitely. And then he bought these minty little bones and these Dental Life bones. PB has about 4 teeth left. I'm like, Alex, PB cannot eat those. You need to get, like, sausages. He goes, sausages are fattening. PB's getting fat. I go, PB is not getting fat, Alex. Isn't life funny? Here's my blender for my, I have all the, so somebody the other day was like, you need to make coffee with a, I did this coffee rant. Did you guys see that? Some people thought it was stupid. Some people liked it. But a lot of people were like, you need to use a French press. Other people were like, you need to just do a drip. You guys, I literally, here, let me show you. I have everything you could possibly ever want to cook. I have a juicer, which I used to use all the time, a blender, which I never use, a Ninja noodle or Ninja something that I had to have that I never use, this coffee thing, which I absolutely love, but I never use, this press, which I love, but I never use, and I don't even know what that is, blender bottle, and a toaster, which I don't think I've had toast out of that toaster. Alex actually used to make bagels a lot, but we don't anymore, so... Do you guys have that? I mean, I have so much of my mother's shit in my house still. Like, I was looking up here in the cabinets the other day. Let me just show you this, okay? I was looking up in our cabinets, and I swear I still have, like, my mother has been gone for 9 years, okay? 9 years on Mother's Day this year. I still have up in here, I'm just going to show you guys. This is hilarious, okay? Chili powder, cinnamon and sugar, whole cloves, curry that's never even been opened. I mean, I have so much stuff of my mother's up in here that I still haven't thrown away. 24 birthday candles. And then I have so much tea, and this tea that Anita sent me, I really want to try it this weekend. I'm going to try it. I wanted to do like a face mask and all that stuff, so I think I'm going to do that this weekend. So, I really wanted to clean, and I haven't done that yet, so that's probably going to be one of the next things going on my agenda here. Anyway, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hello? I've lost... It looks really red in here tonight. Doesn't the lighting look different? I've lost the lens cap to my camera, and I'm not very happy about it. And I just dropped Tanya off. It's 1:40 in the morning. Our days, like, since our husbands have been gone, have been crazy. We went tonight. I was going to film it, and she was like, please don't. We went to Formosa Buffet and had Chinese buffet tonight, which was so good. And then I had rainbow sherbet afterwards. I didn't really eat a lot there, though. I never really do when I go to Chinese buffet. Isn't that funny? But anyway, and then I took her home, and then I came home, and then I got home at like 9:30. And it's kind of nice to, like, not have anything to do, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, not be like, okay, so should we watch a movie or whatever, you know? And Alex was at this event tonight in Miami, and he was texting me. He was real excited. It was like a Miami Vice theme thing, and then they were going out to 11 in Miami, which is this huge club there. And then they have the convention tomorrow, and so he's having a lot of fun. But it was kind of nice to not have anything to do, and so I was like, I am going to lay down and take a nap. My plan had been to lay down and take a nap and get up and do a YouNow stream, but I ended up sleeping for like an hour and a half with the dogs, and they're all like cuddled around me. It was so nice. I don't know if I shared this on here. This is so corny, but these are like the small things that make me so happy. I bought a new fan a couple weeks ago because our fan died. Like, I'm such a fan addict. That's so corny. That like I will use a fan until literally the blades don't move and it's like, and then it's a total fire hazard. So I went and I got a new fan. And there's a certain kind I use. It's like this metal, it's like a polar something. It's like a metal fan, and then it like cranks so you can go forward and backwards. So I'm talking about, it's like about that big. It's just an old school fan, but I love it. And I put it up on like this little couch, not couch, but like this love seat thing that we have in our bedroom. So it like aims right on my face, but it was so cold in there tonight, and like Boo and Pee Pee were like shaking, and so I had to get new, like better covers, and so I'm gonna turn the heat up tonight when I get home and throw in another blanket on the bed. Our silly life, me and the dogs. It's Pee-Pee and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. And then I actually made a video called My Tragic Childhood Toys. And I'm gonna throw it up tomorrow. I was gonna throw it up tonight, but like Fridays are not good days to upload because I think people have so much stuff they're doing going into the weekend that they don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. And I had posted another video at like 8, and so I was like, I'm just gonna post another video tomorrow. So then I'll probably post 2-minute videos tomorrow on my main channel. And then I already did my so-called healthy life video for, so I'm like ahead of my videos tomorrow that I want to post. And so like I have a lot of time to read and write tomorrow, which I'm excited about. This car is coming up behind me rather quickly. I don't know why. And so I'm gonna be able to have like a really relaxing day tomorrow. I may make pasta tomorrow. I talked about that earlier in my vlog this week. It was weird. I was people were driving kind of strange tonight. Kind of scares me a little bit. Like that truck was kind of all over the road. This car is like legit, like right on my ass, and I'm like, go into the other lane. What is your problem, dude? Anyway, it was weird. I was like listening to the song Both Sides Now tonight by Joni Mitchell, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs. I've actually talked about it on here before. I'm like speeding up and he's speeding up. Well, it's making me very uncomfortable. So anyway, I'll just ignore it. When in doubt, ignore it. You can see that didn't work very well. Okay, so anyway, I was listening to that song tonight and I was thinking about like how you change, your perception of life changes over time. And I don't know if you know the song, but it's a part, there's a whole part in there about love. Like it talks about clouds, illusions, and then love's illusions, and then life illusions. So it talks about clouds, life, or love and life. And when it talks about love, it's talking about like what your perception of love is like when you're younger versus what your perception of love is like when you're older. And it was interesting, like tonight listening to it, because like Tanya and I were actually talking about like our relationships tonight at dinner, and she was like, you know, we were talking about our husbands being gone, and her husband, like, you know, Alex has only been gone, he's only gonna be gone for 3 days, so that's not very long, and we're very much like the whole time, like, I miss you too, I love you, and sending each other pictures and whatever. But like Tanya's husband's been gone for like 8 days, 9, 10 days. Dude, what is your problem? Get off my ass. I'm just gonna like slow down and see what he does here. Okay, now this is weird. I changed lanes and I slowed down, and now he is slowing down. I'm like going like 50 now. Just pass me. Oh, she's looking down, texting. Yeah, that's, oh, she's all over the road. Well, I don't want to be part of that anyway. So anyway, so we were talking about that, and it was funny because like in the song, it's like, I don't know, it's just interesting. I was telling Tanya, I was like, you know, you've been in the same relationship for the 21 years that we've been friends, but like I've been in 3 long-term relationships and dated lots of guys in between. So it's like my perception is different than your perception, you know? And she's like, that's so true. I had never thought of it that way, you know? And it's just weird how the world is. And then I like was like, one of my favorite things to do is put on my iPod on my phone and just shuffle songs. and the song Hero, I don't know who it's by, came on. It's actually in the soundtrack to About a Boy, if you saw that movie. The one that Rosanna Arquette won Best Actress for. I loved that movie. I absolutely loved it. So many people hated the movie, but I loved it so much. And Richard Linklater is one of my favorite directors. He did Dazed and Confused and some other movies. And if you've seen the movie, it's about Rosanna Arquette as a mother, but it's about her son, and it's really about her son, and it's him as he grows up over 13 years. And the reason that, from a directorial point of view, the movie is so fantastic is that Richard Linklater got this cast together every year for 13 years and filmed it. So you actually see this boy grow up on camera over 13 years. It's just incredible. So it starts when he's like 5, and then it ends when he's like 18. And I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it, but the end of it is kind of profound, and it kind of reminds me a lot of like where I was and where my mother was when I was like 18. And you know, I think it's like this. Okay, so it's interesting because a lot of people like say you're so old to be on YouTube, or you know, you're the old man of YouTube, and like all this kind of stuff. And it did kind of honestly bother me at first. I kind of go back and forth and say it does, it doesn't, it does, it doesn't. You know, like it did at first bother me, not because it bothers me to be older, because I know 44 in the grand scheme of things is not older, trust me, right? I was thinking the other day, like my dad is so like in great shape and could probably run 5 miles right now, and he's 76, so it's like, that's 30 years down the road. I'm still doing pretty good, you know, if I got into a little bit better shape. But it's hard because like the majority of the other YouTubers are so much younger. But I think what's interesting is like when you've lived life, like I was talking to my friend Jenny about this today, and I said this earlier in the vlog, it's like, you don't think you're going to be there, but you will. And when you're there, like I can remember my mom saying to me, you know, like you wake up one day and like your face has a few lines on it, and your skin, like it's really weird. Like my hands, like don't look any different. I'm really weird about lotioning, you guys. Okay, and I don't know. Lotioning and water are two things that I have done for 30 years. True story. Like when I was like my freshman year in high school, I can remember I started getting really weird about like drinking water all the time, and also like always using lotion when I got out of the shower. I think it was something my mom taught me, and I've done that for 30 years. So like my hands, not yet. I mean, they look older than when I was 18, but they don't look 60, you know. But what's weird is you do start, like my hair, like, you know, it's like I can't hide the fact that I have white hair. Even if I colored it, I still see the white come through, you know. And it's like, you don't ever think you're gonna be there, and then one day you wake up and you're there. And I remember my mom said to me, you know, like, you still have all the feelings and the emotions inside that you had when you were like 18, you know, but like you're not 18 anymore, and you still have all those dreams you had when you were a kid, and then you're like, are you going to achieve them or are you not going to achieve them? And my friend Jenny and I were talking today because we were talking about like when I was coming back from Miami. I actually didn't talk about this on here, but it's interesting. There was this guy that was sitting in the, like it was a 2-seat plane from Florida, although we flew direct back. So anyway, sitting next to us, and it was this guy that I went to high school with, and I don't think he recognized me. You know, and he is sitting there with like white linen pants on and like a button-down collared shirt, and you know, hair, very good-looking guy, very handsome. And he was handsome in high school, and you know, like loafers and a briefcase, like over your shoulder briefcase, very professional looking. And he was with this woman that was probably my age, a little bit older maybe. You know, very attractive, but not 20. And not that it matters, but I just, you know, like, I love when I see men my age with women my age. I love that. You know, it's like, sometimes I think it's hard, you know, it's like, I guess I'm a bullshit artist because I'm married to somebody 12 years younger than me, but I don't think I purposely met somebody younger than me. I mean, I don't know that I think it mattered. If I had met Alex and he was my age, I would still be with him, if that makes sense. Like his age at the beginning was more of a deterrent than anything else, because I was like, I don't know that I can keep up with all this. This is a lot. But they were sitting next to me and they were like holding hands the whole way home. Very sweet. He had done something to his knee because he had like this like ice pack on his knee. I so bad wanted to say something to him, like, do you remember me? And I'm just like, that's why I say I'm always socially awkward. I was very shy, and but on his bag I could see he had like a name tag, and so I kept on like leaning over. Do you ever do this? Like low grade, like stalk? I was totally stalking. So I was like trying to check out the name tag, and sure enough it was him. And before the plane started, he kept on taking business calls. So anyway, I was telling Jenny this story today because we were like, our lives are so completely different to people that we grew up with. And I was like, Jenny, I know so many people that are our age that own their own businesses. I mean, I own my business, but it's different, you know, like I make my own schedule. I wear what I want. I go in and I do team building exercises with people and build, you know, build teams for businesses. And I used to do life coaching. I was a counselor. Even though I've had some very serious jobs, they were very like colorful jobs, I guess, if that makes sense. There's a lot of like independent creativity and freedom to them. Not that there's not with these people, but, and I just was like, I told her, I said, I just knew very young I was never the person that could sit, you know, and do like a 9-to-5 job. Like, it was interesting. I was talking to somebody the other day and they're like, oh, you say that like that's a bad thing. I said, listen, I was like, I worked in treatment for 13 years, okay? I worked from 1995 to 2008. I was the highest paid counselor the year that I left this treatment center. I said, how much do you think that I made when I left? And with a master's degree in social work. And he said, oh, I don't know, between 70 and 80. I said I was the highest paid counselor at this treatment center. Nonprofit organization. $41,000, and I had hit my ceiling. And I mean, I think back on that, you know, and it's like I could have easily gone and worked with my credentials, you know, at an insurance company and made over $100,000 a year easily. First year out of master's program, you know, 60 to 100 back then. I can remember because I looked for those jobs. You know, like Anthem was hiring. They wanted, you know, MSWs. They wanted people that had worked in an addictions field to do like doctor-to-doctor calls and things, coding and things like that. I looked for those jobs and they started at like 60. You know, within like 5 years, you could be up to like 80, you know, something like that. And that's good money in our country. I mean, I think 60 to 80 is a good income, you know, I do. And, but I thought 41 was good income. You know, the thing was, as much as I loved my job, I didn't, like, the money didn't matter as much if I loved my job. Like, if I loved what, now, if I was making, I don't know, 15 a year and couldn't hardly support myself, that would have been a different story. But I was a two-person, you know, my ex was helping at that point a little bit. And then when I started my practice, that helped as well. But I loved what I did so much, and every day that I went in, it was so completely different that, like, the money didn't really matter to me. I mean, it did. Like, it would have been nice to get paid. We used to joke that we were overworked and underpaid. And I remember one day, this girl that I used to work with, she and I were talking, and I said, you know, there are some days that we get paid too much, and there are other days that we don't get paid enough. And it totally evens itself out. And she was like, what do you mean? And I go, well, some days we're like in the gym playing volleyball with the kids and nothing happens, you know? Other days we're having 3 group therapies, individual sessions, family sessions, and 4 of the kids have used on the unit. You know, I mean, it's like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Well, that's what I loved about it. You know, I loved being with people on the journey of their life. I love that. And so if I could make enough money to support myself, I didn't have to have a fancy house. You know, but there's so many people that I know that, like, they have to have the $500,000 house and the Range Rover and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, really? Like, in the end, does it really matter? Like, no. I mean, does it really matter? Like, what are those things meaning to you, you know? Listen, if I was making $1 million a year, don't get me wrong, I probably would have some of the similar things. So I'm not going to sit here and bullshit and act like if I made really great money, I wouldn't spend it on some things that were nice, because I would. But I don't think I would have a lot of those material things. I would travel a lot, you know? I probably would have a different car. I might drive a Range Rover. I don't know. I don't need a Range Rover, but... And I think that's one of the things you realize as you get older, is that your wants and your needs are different, you know? And that's such freedom. It's such freedom. I mean, I can't explain that to you unless you've gone through it, but like when I can remember being younger and going out, like this is when I was still drinking, but like needing that new outfit to go out. Like really feeling like that was a need, you know? Like, what outfit am I gonna go buy tonight? And like figuring out like, where can I go to buy the cutest new shirt and look cute and whatever. Like, I don't have that need today. You know, if it ain't in my closet, it ain't happening probably. And it's really liberating to realize, okay, I have way too much shit. I want to get rid of all of this stuff, first of all, and just minimize my life. And I don't need this stuff, you know? And then you realize that the things you do have are blessings and gratitude. I should be thankful for those things. And less is more, kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's where I'm at with it today. I really am, you know? The reason for telling the story about the guy in the plane was I was looking at him and I was thinking to myself, here I am in cutoff jeans, you know, Chuck Taylors, and a concert t-shirt, like an EDM t-shirt from the music festival, you know, and we're both holding hands, and here I am, you know, in a trucker hat from Ultra, and I don't know, it's just like, look at how different our lives are, and yet we all started at the same place. I don't know that I'm any happier or less happy than he is. He may be very happy in his existence. Maybe that's what he wants. I think we all want different things. And I think, like, as you get older, the other acceptance piece too is that you don't judge other people's lives, and you're like, hey, what's good for them is good for them. What they do for them is good for them, you know? Like, as long as they're not hurting any children or animals, have at it. As long as it's consensual, have at it, you know? If you want to work 90 hours a week and that's what's important to you, fine, you know? It was a conscious decision of mine, you know, 15 years ago, that by the time that I was this age, I didn't want to work 40 hours a week. And if that meant that I had to cut out certain things in my life and not have a lot of money to go spend, because a lot of people are like, you talk about the cost of things on here. I do talk about the cost on things on here, because here's my reality is, I don't make $500,000 a year. Could I work and make $500,000 a year? Sure. But it's more important for me today to have a relaxed schedule, enjoy reading. I mean, I never knew this YouTube thing would happen, so like this has been like a miracle in my life, you know, to do this. But I wanted to be able to like travel and, you know, have weekends off and spend time with people that were, I'm spitting, important to me, and choking on my words, and take naps and be with my dogs and spend time at home, and that's what I wanted. You know, I saw that Tanya had that because she owned her own business, even though she works very, very hard and puts a lot of hours in. But if she wanted to take a whole day off, she could, and that was really my goal, was I wanted to be there. You know, to be able to just like, if I wanted a day off, I could take a day off, or be able to make my own schedule, and I have that today, you know, and I make enough that I can support myself and enjoy my life and travel and support my husband and I together, you know, because, I mean, we equally contribute to our marriage, but I don't make $500,000 a year, you know? I don't know, maybe one of my videos will take off and I'll become really YouTube famous or get a book on a back. You know, you can always hope. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I mean, listen, I buy a lottery ticket every once in a blue moon, you know? It sounds so contradictory, doesn't it? It's like money doesn't matter, but I buy a lottery ticket, or money doesn't matter, but it would be nice to have a viral video, you know? But I mean, like, it would be, like, you know, I'm not gonna bullshit about it. But I think, like, back then, it would have bought me things. Today, it would buy me peace of mind and safety and security, you know, for at my age as I got older and things like that. I think it's so interesting when you look at the people that you went to high school with and where they're at today and where you're at today, you know? Like, whenever I see people from high school, I don't know if anybody out there that is watching this that I went to high school with, but the majority of the people that I see that I haven't seen in a long time, they're always like, oh my God, your life is so fun. And then they're always followed that up by saying, I'm so jealous. Like, you have so much fun. And I'm like, well, what's your life? And they're like, well, you know, like I have the kids. And I'm like, but that's the life you chose. That's good. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, you know, like, you know, accept the happiness that you're given, you know, this wonderful life that you have, like with kids and things like that, you know, like, I don't know. A lot of people want to be moms and grow up and dads and stuff like that. I'm very selfish with my time, which is why I didn't want kids, but I think that in a different circumstance, like I could have had kids and been very happy as a dad, you know, like, as like I would have been like a very happy stay-at-home dad. Oh, see, because I'm selfish with my time. So, but like running the kids to things and stuff, I would have loved that. Like been very involved in their activities and teachers and whatever. Like I love doing all that stuff. So, I don't know. It's weird when you think about your life and where it could have ended up and where you are now, you know, and all those circumstances that change and how they changed. And did you stay in the same town you grew up in, or did you move far, far away? And, you know, time changes and all this stuff changes, you know? So, we all grow up, you know, life happens to all of us, and that's okay. I still wake up every morning excited to see what's going to happen that day, you know? Because every day, like, something new and kind of fun and exciting happens. And that's, like, the magic of life, right? Like, you never know, like, who am I going to meet today? Who am I going to talk to today? What's going to happen today? It's, like, really exciting, you know? I mean, it really, really is, if you look at it that way. And I've tried to look at it that way since I was in college. And I would start my classes every semester, and I'd be like, okay, who am I going to meet in class that's going to be my new friend? Or will there be some hot guy in my class or whatever? So since then, I've tried to wake up every day and be like, okay, what really cool thing is going to happen to me today? You know? It's actually it's a positive way to look at the world. Try it for a couple of days and see how it works for you, you know? You'll start noticing cool things that happen to you that you didn't realize before, you know? Even if it's just a free coffee or a good parking space or something like that. Sometimes it is that you meet your new best friend, you know? All right, you guys. Well, I love you. I'm going to make it off here, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love ya. Tomorrow. You're only a video away. That was so corny, but... All right, guys. Bye.